Every episode of the podcast is brought to you by Bill Fick Ford and the WCRA. Thank you to Train Shot. Guys, Bill Fick Ford is the #1 Super Duty dealer in the country for the 4th year in a row. You guys have heard me rant and rave about Bill Fick Ford for the absolute best buying experience in the car industry, truck industry. Bill Fick Ford's the place to go. I bet you remember the old ad where I said I was getting a new Super Duty. Well, here's the keys for that. Bill Fick Ford delivers, guys. No bull discounts, no bull interest rates, the best buying experience you can get. And if you are not local to Huntsville or the Houston area, he'll deliver it to you just like he did to me. Bill Fick Ford. If I say, who wants to be a millionaire? Would anybody not put their hand up? Of course not, especially in rodeo. Well, thanks to the WCRA, the dream of a $1 million purse has finally come true. You can win $1 million by nominating your rides and runs and earning points with the WCRA. Through the Triple Crown of Rodeo, the WCRA will award a $1 million cash prize to any athlete or collection of athletes who wins first place in any 3 consecutive WCRA major rodeos. $1 million up for grabs, which is pretty much unheard of. Rodeo Corpus Christi will be the very first stop in the 2021 Triple Crown of Rodeo. The event will pay over $540,000. Yes, I said it, $545,000, and will be held on May 6th through May 9th. There will be 0 entry fees. That's right. You don't even have to pay to enter this rodeo. The only thing you have to do to qualify for the Triple Crown of Rodeo event is by nominating your rides or runs with the WCRA. Here's the common misconception with the WCRA. It's just for the pros, for the elites. Well, if you can hang with these people, but maybe you don't want to commit to pro rodeo. I get it. It's a big commitment. The WCRA is made for people like you because you can enter these events, nominate your rodeos, and win crazy money, just like Rodeo Corpus Christi and this $1 million we keep talking about. To learn more, just visit triplecrownofrodeo.com. Again, that's triplecrownofrodeo.com to see how you can earn a spot at Rodeo Corpus Christi and possibly be the rodeo's next millionaire. Pow! Guys, if you're like me, you are hoarding your guns and ammo right now. We don't know what the heck is going on. Here's the thing. You can't get ammo, so the last thing you want to do is train and use up your ammunition. But of course, on the flip side, you've got to train if you want to be effective with your arms. That's where our partner Train Shot comes in. They've created a seamless app and device that allows you to shoot and improve your skills. No tapes required, no spotting scopes required, no wasted time downrange. You will also save a ton of money using Train Shot because you don't use the same amount of ammunition and supplies that you would with traditional targets. The app is designed specifically to save you time and, of course, the ammunition we keep referencing. You can track your speed, your improvements over time, draw time, reaction time, shot-specific recovery time, how badly you can beat your buddies, because that's one of the best parts. You can compete across the United States with anybody who has a Train Shot or specifically with your friends. Guys, this is one of the funnest ways to drill and shoot. The ammunition savings alone covers the cost of the unit itself, and of course, all you have to do is download the simple app. Train Shot is one of my favorite products for 2021. Get yours today. Go to trainshot.com. Again, that's trainshot.com. And here's what's great. If you get this from the Gauge, use their promo code for a special treat. Use promo code free ammo to get 1 box. That's 50 rounds of 9mm MagTech, 115 grain FMJs. And these aren't cheap reloaded junk, guys. This is good stuff. Again, that promo code is free ammo at trainshot.com when you purchase your Train Shot.
This is The Gauge with host Chance Conradu.
Are you freaking serious? It's Conrado. As promised, this is part 2 of the Adrian Brannan podcast. You know, it got super long. What can I say? We hung out. We had a good time. We made fun of Ty. We also had some serious talks. Most of that is in part 2. Check it out. But isn't coffee called tea over there too?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's just England.
I don't know.
I call everything tea.
I like tea. I'm always appalled by green tea, though. I'm always like, everybody talks about how great it is, and then I try it. I'm like, yep, still terrible.
Green
Give
tea
it another.
Makes my stomach queasy.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
All right, you ready to make fun of me for what they've always made fun of me for? Yes.
What is that?
It's a blue drink.
Well, I mean, obviously it's blue, but like, do you want a little pink straw to go in there with it, or
Sure, why
He
not?
likes the pink umbrella.
Well, okay.
I like the umbrellas to go with my drinks.
What is that?
This is coconut rum with coconut Red Bull. I call it a Blue Jaeger because it's pretty damn good.
That sounds way too manly for that drink, dude. That's like Blue Steel. You need a girlier name for the drink.
What do they call it at the bar?
Do you order that in public?
No,
Do you remember what it was called at the bar in Montana? Blueberry Yum Yum.
That was
You
not
ordered a blueberry Yum
I did
Yum
not.
in Montana. Were you in like a small town in
yeah.
Montana or Bozeman?
No, I will say I
Not
did
Bozeman.
order.
No.
I did order the
Darby.
tropical drinks.
You were in Darby? Oh, so the Darby, there were some awesome people who tried to hire me for their rodeo and a bar that was opening in Darby this last year. And then it got canceled because of COVID. And I was so excited to go do that show. It looks like a cool town. I've never been through there, though.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't think I have. Have I?
It's very small.
Very small. But I was ordering like Blue Caribbean, pina coladas.
It was in Montana. It was,
Was
I was
it
in
cold?
leading. Yes.
Well, it was hot first part, then it got cold.
Did you drive him to drink?
Yeah, he threw up on the side of the road. I
I
thought
did
we were
not
going to miss
drive- I
our
did not
one
throw up.
flight.
So
God.
Our one
So-
flight out of Missoula. I
Are
thought we
you
were going to
serious?
miss.
I will say, with them, it was the first time that I drank that I wasn't paying, which I know. Sorry,
He
guys.
literally puked on the side of the road.
I did not puke on the side of the road.
So wait, you
In
got
front of
excited
both of
that-
his bosses.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, it was.
That's bad.
But so I've learned to.
That
not-
makes me nervous, actually. That makes me. I'm instantly nervous.
I've
I
learned.
don't think you're nervous by me and Dustin anymore at all.
I'm not, and I felt bad after that trip because like I got
I
fucking
feel like
wasted.
an idiot, probably. If
I
I were
got
you, I would have
wasted
felt
You're
like
two
an
just
nights.
idiot.
embarrassed.
I would have been embarrassed if I was
But
you.
luckily,
after
I
all
wasn't
that.
the one that.
I would have been more embarrassed by what you were drinking than the actual act of throwing up and like being ill. I would have been.
The second
Like
night,
drink something manly, dude. Like scotch is a thing. It's a wonderful thing. Women love men that drink scotch.
I like drinks that
Now
I can enjoy.
I love scotch.
I like scotch, but I like bourbon better than scotch.
Really,
actually.
I haven't been able to really like.
You got to get the right bourbon.
Oh.
But I don't like to drink bourbon on the show.
Do you get like super angry
No.
on bourbon, or do you get like? Does your voice change and do you become very? do you become like?
Do I become like
do you
Count
become-
Dracula?
Or like James Bond?
Was-
do you like? Do you,
Was that Count Chocula?
no, it wasn't. It was
Good.
just like a very refined
Very
voice. Do you like?
refined.
You sound like
That
you're
wasn't good.
from like you want to be from Transylvania. If I'm being honest.
That's actually really cool because what was that movie Hotel Transylvania? That was a really I liked that. Sorry.
Hello, I am Chance Conrado.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, bourbon is not that. Scotch is that, but bourbon's not that. You think bourbon? I mean, bourbon's more like a southern thing.
Is it?
I believe so.
I don't know.
Scotch is just like a warm hug for your heart, especially if you have a cigar.
Yeah, it's all whiskey.
I love it.
It's all whiskey.
Just different
There's,
places.
there's scotch in there. You want a little scotch?
No, thank you.
You want some scotch in that coffee?
No,
You're all
thank
talk.
you.
You wanted some Irish coffee?
Actually, how long have we gone?
Not long.
How long do we have?
As long as we want.
No, I'm driving. I'll be good. I had to think about that. I'm the world's worst driver, even without alcohol. Like I have to be really careful because I just, those like old black and white movies where the people are driving but they're not looking at the road. That's like me
Like Charlie Chaplin.
every day.
Sort of thing.
like literally, like
They're just doing this, and they're like,
I just like do. You know in Harry Potter how things just jump out of the bus's way? That's literally what I think happens on the road because I should not make it anywhere. Like I should not make it anywhere. It's terrible. I shouldn't be allowed to drive. It's kind of scary actually. I'm always impressed that I make it anywhere with a trailer too. I'm like, oh, I forgot you were back there. How you doing? Sorry. You guys good back there? Bloody noses, anybody? It's awful. I'm fired.
You're fired.
I'm fired. I'm fired from driving.
Yeah, you're making me nervous. Like, do I need to make Ty drive you home to Heiko?
No,
Yeah.
it's a shot in the dark every time I get in the truck, really. And I get lost and I don't notice things. Like I use landmarks that move. Like, there's this 56 Chevy that's sitting there that's really cool with the, this, then they move the Chevy and I'm like, I don't know where the hell I am.
Chevy's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one main road through Heiko. It can't be that hard.
Okay, now Heiko I'm good with. I actually can get to the gym in Stephenville without like getting on maps and like get to the grocery store.
What
and
gym
stuff.
do they even have in Stephenville?
Not to be rude, but like Planet Fitness is, I don't understand how a college town doesn't have.
It's Planet
Yes,
Fitness?
and it is so awkward.
That is
Nobody talks to each other.
trash.
Nobody's nice to
That's
each
not
other.
even a real gym.
No, that's weird. It's super weird.
There's nothing else in Stephenville?
No.
Wait,
There's an
Tarleton has a gym.
There's an anytime. Well, I'm not in college. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. But
Not
I think
that
you
long.
can, I think you can get into it.
Can you?
I think so. I don't know.
It's a depressing gym. I'm not gonna lie. There is actually a huge need for like.
There's got to be a bodybuilder gym there.
I thought so too,
In
and I can't.
Stephenville.
The closest one I found is in Granbury, and I'm not gonna drive that far.
Yeah, Stephenville is a rope town.
I don't
It's a
understand.
roper town, so yeah, they don't really work out.
It's interesting. Like I didn't. My dad goes to a gym that is staying open, defying the governor's orders right now, and they're being
Where do
fined.
your parents live?
They're in Southern California, where I was born.
What part?
Ventura. So beach town, super cool, super.
Oh, I actually love California.
I do
just hate the
too.
people.
I
My-
love
one of my favorite
California.
places.
It's an amazing state. I love that you can be in the mountains, and then 30 minutes later you can be at the beach.
Yeah,
Like,
my
it's
best friend lives in Dana Point, so-
Oh, sweet.
and he's my business partner, so we have a business there too.
Oh,
the
so
same
you get to
business, just
travel
different
back.
branch. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Ventura is nice, and I like San Diego.
I was
too.
just
I
about
like
to
it
say,
all.
yeah. Northern California, though, we lived in
Different.
Northern California for 7 years, I think, something like that. And
Not
like,
the same.
it's not the same. It's the whole state of Jefferson thing. Like, I still don't understand how they haven't accomplished that. Like, it's completely different. But I mean,
Yeah.
I actually
Now
understand.
they're all moving here
I know, sorry.
in masses.
I know, sorry.
Yeah, you came before it was like a escape
A thing.
though.
Joe Rogan followed me. He doesn't know it, but
Yeah, all those people did.
yeah. Sorry.
They got Elon Musk, same thing.
I know. Can you
It
believe
is
that?
not business friendly. It is a nightmare to have a business there.
It's a
so
nightmare to just
brutal.
exist there. I went to school there, so when I went to school, I went back to school. I quit college, and then I quit college to go be screwed up. When I was really screwed up, really, like just mentally, Adrian, when you have PTSDs going on to a campus, it's not a good thing. But like, I went to our junior college there in Ventura, which my grandmother and my mother had both gone there as well. And I'm pretty sure like had taken some of the same classes, same teachers. Like
thought
I'm
you were
pretty
gonna
sure
say
they had
same
changed.
drugs.
Yeah.
That would've got more exciting.
No. Still only coffee.
Yeah.
But like the people were just shocking. The kids like that I was in class with was like, what is wrong with you people? You are
It's
weird.
weird.
You're weird and like narrow-minded.
Yeah, it's a weird place.
Yeah. I love
One of the
country,
most
but-
beautiful places on planet Earth that's completely destroyed. And
Yeah.
people get so mad when I talk about it. What was it? We got a 3-star review on Apple. Stop talking shit about California.
It's really easy to do. I'm from there. Like here, dude.
It's not the state. I
not-
love the state. It's you.
It's the people that are terrible. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the laws and the taxes and the governing. Oh my god, the governing is just horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the taxes and the governing better than anybody. They just shut your business down during this COVID stuff, and then they don't need. It's total blasphemy.
It's appalling. Here, let's funnel more money into Target. That really frustrates
Gavin
me.
Newsom, that dude. What the?
I am heartbroken to see what he has done to that economy. And like
Sad.
my dad's gym that he's going to right now, they're fining them $3,000 a day to
day.
stay open.
It's crazy.
So cool. They're handing out free little constitutions at the front on there, and they have signs up, and they like
Is it
recall
the
Gavin
gym that was
Newsom.
on Fox News?
I have no idea. It's an
Is it
awesome
the
gym.
bearded dude who owns it? He's got a long beard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, when I go back for Christmas, so my dad, he's like, dude's an animal. My dad has like washboard abs, which is really awkward because you're like, dude, you're 60. You're in really good shape. Like, and I'm your daughter and I'm going to the gym with you when I'm here visiting. And I feel really like shown up by my dad. Like, I'm like, let's go do abs. Like, please help me.
Why do abs make people so uncomfortable?
Probably because they're hard to get.
They look a little odd at times.
What?
I don't know. It looks odd at times.
Abs do? Abs are awesome. I just have
Like
never
depending,
had them.
like bodybuilder abs look really weird.
Huh. I disagree with.
I
all
don't know
of
that
that.
I'm
I
not
think
saying-
that they look weird. I just want them. Like,
They're extremely hard though to get.
I want to do that like TikTok
They're
thing.
not
where you,
hard to
like-
get.
Like, show me your workout routine then.
You want to go to gym? I'll take you with me, Ty.
snap.
I will
I
take-
don't want to go at
snap.
6 a.m. though.
I thought he was gonna say he
We
wanted
could
to
go on
show
a
me
Sunday.
that.
I've got plenty of buddy passes. I never use them.
Alright.
I'll take you. I will. You drive over to Lifetime off 35 and we'll go together.
Shots
I'll show you what to do.
fired.
That's not a shot. That's, hey, I'll show you what to do.
That's awesome. You should do it.
They have
I'd
a
go work
basketball
out.
gym?
Go
Huh?
work out with them.
They have a basketball court.
Yeah, they have a great basketball court. It's Lifetime, dude.
Let's play then.
Lifetime? What's
Yeah.
Lifetime?
Lifetime.
Yeah.
The gym.
Yeah.
It's
I will say,
it's
I'm
not,
totally new to all this. I just
it's
took
not Planet
pre-workout.
Fitness.
I just took pre-workout for the first time a while ago, and like I could see sounds. It was insane. I was so out of control. Sister's like, half a scoop next time. Half a scoop. I'm like, no, let's go lift things. I just
Pre-workout's
started.
the best thing ever.
I just started lifting, and like, it takes about 30 minutes to get from my house to that gym every day. And it takes about 30 minutes for that pre-workout to kick in. And like round about that last 2 minutes before the gym, it's like, I'm going to start chewing on my dashboard. Let's go.
Yeah, and Planet Fitness is not the kind of place where you can get too hyped up either. They'll kick you out.
Oh, and those,
Isn't all the things like purple in there too?
yes, and those are the places where they do all the gym fails on Instagram. Like they're all literally probably from Planet Fitness. I'm not kidding.
No grunting. No
It's-
weight slamming.
No lunking. Like, and
What's lunking?
apparently it's dropping your weights and being really loud, dude, because there's a big sign on the wall that says no lunking. It's really depressing though, because everybody there's like scared to look at each other. And like, I'm a very happy, friendly person. Like if I see somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I love your leggings. Where did you get those? And they'll just kind of look at you like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. And then there's super cool things where like you recognize people and you're like, oh, hey, we're Instagram friends. Like, doesn't this gym suck? Like,
Yeah,
it's our-
you're gonna have to drive all the way up
our
and come to
only
Lifetime with us
option.
sometime. Yeah, it's a
It only took me an hour and a half to get here.
very enlightening experience going
Really?
to a good gym.
Really? I was being at my dad's gym. It was like, oh,
The cost
if I could have this.
sucks.
Everything in life worth having is going to cost you.
Yeah,
Body,
And
women, truck, work. Like they're all going to cost a lot
All
of
those
money
things.
if
Yeah.
they're worth it. Yeah.
That's a great saying, to be honest, what she just said.
yeah. Well, it's totally true.
Nothing. Like, why do we love expensive shoes? It's because they're good quality.
Yeah.
It's like if you want quality, you need to.
If you go to
dish
a
out money.
$10 gym, you're gonna get a $10 experience.
I'm putting in $100 worth of work at a $10 gym, which is really exhausting and I hate it. But I also double that time because I never work out unless I'm learning something. So I use that time to listen to a lecture or my audiobooks or something. Or Mongolian heavy metal music, which like gets you through. The Who. You know The Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's my jam to lift to.
The Who?
Yeah.
Talking about like the,
HU. They're a
Oh.
Mongolian heavy metal
Oh
group.
no. You were saying I was thinking
The
the other
Who.
HWHO.
WHO, and I'm like,
No.
that's not
No,
heavy
no, no,
metal.
no.
That's rock.
Completely heavy metal Mongolian heavy metal music. These dudes are like, and in the footsteps of Genghis Khan. They're amazing.
You know what?
That's not what I expected.
We're gonna have to try this now.
Oh, that's amazing. Like play them. They're like, Jamie, pull it up. It's so good.
Oh, we can't play it.
It'll be your new favorite jam.
Huh.
Jam.
Jim
I
Jam.
listen to
Jim.
pretty heavy
I like
metal at the gym.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I listen to like opera because I love opera and it calms me down. And then I'll like realize that, I'm like kind of humming along to it. Like this guy probably doesn't like Pavarotti, so I should probably lock it up.
And he probably thinks you're insane.
They probably think that anyway.
I
I'm
don't know, you
totally
seem pretty
cool with it.
grounded, actually.
No, I'm very weird. And living by myself, like I talk to myself a lot. Sister like is here with me right now. She's
All right,
like,
let's be honest. If we took an anonymous poll, how many people would say they talk to themselves?
They probably won't admit it. I'll admit it. I have to talk
I'll
to
admit
myself.
it. I talk to myself too.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
All right, asshole. But like you have to talk for some things. You feel like that you have to talk them through, even if it's just with yourself.
Yeah, I have to keep myself. I'm a very I thrive off of a routine, which I hate saying that because I want to be the kind of person that like can just float through life and like not have a routine, but like I become a really good human on a routine, but I have to keep myself like, okay, you're up at 4 a.m. You're to the gym at 5. You're here, you're here, you're here. And then I have to, if I write it down, I lose it. So I have to
I don't
consistently.
live my life like that.
Really?
No. Everything is by the seat of my pants.
Really?
All of it.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. Montana was that.
Really?
I hated it.
Love it.
I used to try
Everything I do.
and be like that because I thought that's how I was supposed to be. And then I realized like, I really like being organized. and
Really? See, I would love to be organized,
it's the best thing in the world.
but I don't think it would work with my brain.
Maybe you just haven't tried hard enough.
No, I've tried hard.
Are you the
Really?
one that? Are you the one that's tried to organize and then eventually you just gave up on it like halfway through?
You must be
it
doing
depends on what's-
something right.
It depends on what your definition of organized is.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like color coordinated closet,
Like not that.
I feel very attacked right now.
To be honest, and you're gonna make fun of me for it. I do that with my shirts.
My closet is color coordinated. Helps me.
there's certain things that are organized in my life, but like the way I operate as a person is not one of them.
You just like
I'm everywhere.
If you spend one day with him, it's obvious.
really. I want to be that kind of person, and I've always thought of myself as that way. But then I realized that like I'm much happier knowing what's gonna. I like a plan.
Every plan in my life was made very abruptly
Really?
and quick. One day I was just like, I want to start a podcast.
Took you 2 years, but
Yeah, because
Ooh.
I was scared.
Well, it is probably really scary.
Yeah, I mean, who knows where we would be if I would have started it when I wanted to start it. That was
you probably would not have.
I
had
didn't
me.
think people would accept it in our community.
Well, is it? I mean, did you set out to cater specifically to the cowboy community?
No, but that was my end to making it successful.
Mm.
I couldn't like start a podcast about movie stars.
I don't know. You probably could.
Probably could, but they're not going to return your phone call.
You never know.
Plus, I don't care. Like I genuinely care about the Western way of life. Like it's important to me, and I want to
Yes.
do my part to.
And that's why
make
it's
sure
going
it
to be good quality.
Expands,
Yeah.
but I also care about a lot of other things, and like there's a lot. I'm a lot, so sometimes
I'm
I
a
worry
lot.
that people
I'm a lot. I relate
people
to
would,
that. I'm a
people
lot.
wouldn't like it. Be like, this guy needs to shut up, or like you never know what people think. But then you just don't care.
People have problems with layers, though. Again, going back, like people do. They have problems because they want to put you in a box. They want you to be this one thing. And if you're a cowboy, you're not supposed to be able to be anything else.
If you're a cowboy, you're not supposed to wear Yeezys.
And if you're a cowboy girl, you're supposed to never wear makeup. You're supposed to not wear high heels. You're not supposed to be interested in anything other than check tablecloths and living off grid.
You need to hang out with my cowgirl friends.
I
How
know
many, how many barrel racers do you know?
Not
that didn't
many-
make
not
sense what
many.
you just said to
okay,
me.
so that's the rodeo. Actually, though, I guess that is a different. It's like I don't know the rodeo world that much.
Really?
No, like cowboy stuff, rodeo stuff. It seems like maybe it's a little different.
I don't know. I don't know of anything more. Cowboy to me is rodeo. I don't know I mean, I've got family who has a 70,000
I guess I
acre
should say,
ranch
like-
in Wyoming, but they also rodeo. So I don't know.
That
I don't
is
know
true.
that
Yeah.
whole harmonica thing you're talking about.
The whole harmonica thing. Well, I guess I think of I don't know very many pro rodeo people. I guess that's probably a better way of putting it.
Keep hanging around.
Keep hanging around. Okay. Yeah.
We'll go to why don't you come to the American?
I was supposed to go to that. They was it this last year?
Yeah.
No, was it this last year? Yeah,
Well,
it
yeah,
was
it
this
hasn't
last
happened
year.
this year yet.
Yeah, this last year was supposed to go because they were giving us an award, and I worked instead. And I really wanted to go because it looked really fun and it looked really cool. And I was like, I want to get to meet all those girls because I've never met most of those girls. They look super cool. And then I worked.
Yeah.
It looks worth going to.
Yeah, I mean, you got to meet people like my sister Ivy and people like Haley Kenzel.
Take a drink.
She sounds super cool.
Who, Haley or
Yes.
Emily? Who'd you say?
I was saying take a drink for it because you said your sister Ivy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Ivy's like top tier human. And so is Haley, both of them.
I think I go to the same hair gal in Stephenville that does her
Haley?
hair. Yes.
Oh, probably.
That sounds
She
so
lives in
random,
Stephenville.
but she sounds like a really cool human.
She is.
She sounds really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like the perfect ambassador for the sport. Mm-hmm. And so is Ivy, but Ivy's just twice as wild. No, 10 times as wild. as
Really?
Haley. Yeah. Yeah, they're very different. They're like great friends, but very different.
That's so cool.
If you listen back, the first episode's with him and Ivy.
That's your first episode?
Strategically.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So I've wanted to do this YouTube series for a really long time. Haven't started it. Just do a Dear Cowgirl YouTube series. And I desperately want my sister to be the first person to come on it.
Really?
Yeah, because I know her the best. She knows me the best. She has a super cool story. She's super inspiring. And I'm like, we're going to have to drink a lot to accomplish this.
I think it would be what, tearjerker?
No. She's just wild. She's just crazy. She's awesome.
Sounds like I really would like your sister.
My sister's super cool. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would really like her. I really wanted her to come today, but she has chronic Lyme disease, and she like
Chemical sensitivities and all that.
well, she's just been going really hard for the last little bit, and she was like, you know what, I need a rest day. It's like, I'm super proud of you, dude. Like taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So she chilled out. But if she'd have been here, she would have been giggling, drinking, wiggling. She's awesome.
Bring her anytime.
She's super cool. Yeah, you would like her.
We didn't talk much, or we haven't yet talked much about, because we talked about the really, really hard stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And then the
Sorry.
like the whole no, it's cool. The whole thing that you did after that. Like, 'cause I really want to
Get after it. Ask what you want to ask.
Well, I want to know, because you did this thing where you like left, right?
Yeah, so like I was miserable, and I didn't really think I was miserable, but I was pretty miserable. And like you think that your life, when you get away from like your abuser, you think it's gonna like magically get better, and like the fun just starts then. And realizing that you have a lot of work to do on yourself as a human. Like there are so many times that I look back as like who I was and how I acted, and I go, ugh, I know you were hurting, but you were such a jerk. Like, I do not like who you were as a human. And I kind of like, it sounds so goofy, but I kind of realized I didn't want to be around me how I was. I wasn't showing up as the human that I wanted to be. And then it was actually great because I'd lived out of my truck for a couple of years and built this little tiny home in the back of my camper. And I just went on the road, had all these shows booked, and I just traveled around and lived out of my camper and my cowboy teepee, and which wasn't a big deal because like I lived in a 14-foot Indian lodge when I was a kid through middle school and high school. And so it was kind of like this upgrade. It was like going from a Motel 6 to like a Hilton. It was like, I have wheels. This is so awesome. I have a real roof. And I went back to school, and I went online so that I could travel around. I was like, okay, I'm going to like be a better caliber human. But I wasn't doing the internal work. I just wasn't. I wasn't showing up and like going, okay, what's like the real root of your problem? You're not a happy person. And I think I probably drank too much and hung out around people that did, honestly. Like I didn't have a good group of friends. I didn't have good people around me, but that was probably intentional because it made me feel better about myself. And then I went back home to Southern California and was gonna graduate there at home, like finish out like my senior project and stuff. And then the house burned in the Thomas fire that at my folks' place. They actually just finished rebuilding, and it was great. It was like, my family's super cool. My mom the next morning, the house kind of burned like an old West town. It burned the back. So like the front like looked super cool, and then you go around to the back and you're like, oh, this is nice. It was a little weird though, because I got really terrible smoke inhalation and I could not sing. Like my voice was just absolutely shot. It's just now starting to come back, and it's very different now. And it will literally never be the same than it used to be. I actually recorded the last album once before, couldn't do it, and then had to record it a second time like months later just because my voice didn't work. But I went back to graduate, and the house burned, and it was like, I don't know where to live. I guess I'll live in my truck again. And the same people that funded my first album, they're amazing. The Vanderhoofs are from Utah, and they're like my second mom and dad. Like those people have just changed my life in so many ways. And they've always shown up for me and always like supported me and loved me no matter what. They were like, why don't you come out here? You can just come stay out here. And like a few days after we were all settled, mom and dad were kind of like, just move, go. There's nothing for you here. Like, what are you going to do? Sift through ashes? Like, you have your guitar, you have a saddle, go. I was like, okay. So I went to Utah, and it was great in so many ways. Like, they were so loving and so kind to me. And like, I just fed cows and cowboyed and chopped wood and lived off grid. And I actually graduated out there, and it was great. And I just kind of settled into not having to show up for anybody, and read books and hid, and it was really good. And then you read stuff about people like wintering alone, like on the plains or, in a cabin somewhere, and you winter alone. All the cliches are true. Like being by yourself, you and a dog in a cabin, like there's no people around and it's snowing and you're stuck there, and like that, you get to know yourself really well. And I was like, I really love this, but it's like, I don't want to do this lifestyle continually. Like, it's not healthy for me to be so isolated. It's a great idea as a writer, but it wasn't healthy.
Is that where you wrote the book?
Yeah, actually. And that was really weird because it didn't start out to be a book. It didn't start out to be much of what it's turned into at all. And it's sometimes I worry that it's a little preachy. In the last year, I don't write a Dear Cowgirl unless it's something I'm struggling with myself. Like, unless it comes to me and, I'm running or something and it comes to me, or I'm working and it comes to me, like, I won't force them. It'll always be something that I'm struggling with as well. And that's always when girls go, I so relate to that, or I needed that. I had no idea that I needed that. I'm like, oh, well, it's because we all struggle with the same thing. We just don't talk about it. Because there's things that are uncomfortable to talk about that everybody deals with, and we just kind of like brush over them and, move on. And I kind of have started liking drawing attention to them. Like, it's hard being a human. We all struggle.
Super hard.
Yeah. Utah was super fun though. It was a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. And then I went back to California. I bought my first cows out there. I still run my cows out there, which is really fun and super cool. Like, they make me happy, and I like being able to go back and go see the Vanderhoofs and spend time out there. But it was like, okay, you have to get your life together and do something, because if you're not careful, it'll be 10 years down the road and you'll be the crazy lady living on a mountain with a fox and a dog and a little group of cows.
Doesn't really seem like you either.
At one point, I think I really wanted it to be me, but then when and I loved it, but I realized I wanted more. And I went back to California, and I really, I lived for almost a year in Cuyama, a little community up outside of Ojai, outside of Ventura, like hour and a half outside of there. It was super cool. And I was dating somebody at the time, and like woke up one morning and went, I'm really not happy. I still don't like my life. Like, what am I not getting?
What was it about him that you didn't like?
Oh, it wasn't actually him. It was me. If I'd been being the person that I actually wanted to be, and never would have dated.
Was he a mailman?
No, he wasn't a mailman. He wasn't a mailman. But it was funny because I was in a hot springs with him and his sister, and he wasn't a bad guy. He just wasn't a challenging human.
He was boring, huh?
Yeah. Lovely, but not.
Lovely physically, or as just a person?
Just a person. Just a person. It was just one of those things that it was like, I'm being mediocre in everything, including my relationships. I'm being mediocre. Like, I figured out that I hated the mediocrity, and we were in this hot tub, and this naked hippie dude came and got in the hot tub in the hot springs with us. We were outside of Bishop, came and got in the hot springs, and as we were leaving, we had a great time.
Full naked or like?
Full on naked. Dude's got piercings and everything.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. His name is actually Stickman, and I'm friends with him on Facebook still.
His name wasn't Prince Albert?
Nope, it was Stickman. I'm not kidding. I still stay in touch with him. He's a Burning Man dude. He's super cool.
Would you go to Burning Man?
Hell yes. Oh,
absolutely. I want to go to Burning Man so bad.
They canceled it this year,
I know.
and they're trying to raise money for it this year. Like, I literally, if I showed you my secret Pinterest board right now, I would show you that I have my camp and all my clothes picked out.
I want to dress like Darth Vader from the neck down.
I want to be like sexy Darth Vader. Yes. Moon boots. Like, I've got like a little like headdress thingy, like a hat. Yeah.
I probably just made every like cowboy who follows me or
really upset.
Likes the show upset. Like, but I wasn't going to Burning Man.
I would totally. What? Like, why
you
wouldn't you go?
San Angelo, son.
Why wouldn't you go to Burning Man? It looks super cool.
I don't know. You could dress like a cowboy.
Love art. Like, art is. They have incredible art.
I know several people who've been to Burning Man multiple times, and they're like some of the most enlightened, amazing people I've ever been around.
Yeah, and like What a cool place. Black Rock's amazing.
Yeah, I just like the whole idea of it. I mean, you got to do it right. You got to get a nice RV.
Absolutely.
You got to rent that. You got to make sure that you got a good place to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm not
heard
going to do
that's
the dirt thing.
Yeah.
But
Are you a neat freak?
no, not at all. I'm not going to go to the Dust Bowl or that part of the world and not be able to like at least take a shower. You know, like because have you been in Nevada, like desert Nevada?
So funny enough, a lot of my
dust on
abuse
you
actually
sucks.
happened in the Black Rock. So it's like kind of a place that that alkaline dust. Yeah. No.
That's what I mean. It's like
It gets everywhere.
I don't mind. I mean, I'm a freaking ranch kid.
But you I think you also hit a certain age where it's like, okay, this is great. And now I would like to go to bed in a real bed and I would like to have my shower and be clean. This is nice. This
and
is
that's all I
comfortable.
would want. Like I'm not going to do the tent thing at Burning Man because every person I've ever talked to said it's a terrible idea. No matter how much you like it, like
well, like
the
you're going to be
experience, it's gonna
sunburned
suck.
and exhausted and like
You need to be able to get
Yeah.
out of there, get hydrated, do the whole thing.
yeah, I would definitely I think you'd have to do
you
it
get
right.
an RV, you do it right. But
Yeah.
I've got the hookup for Burning Man.
Really?
passes. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Because it's very hard to get in, actually.
I've heard.
Yeah, you just have to know people.
You have to know.
And it's not
You
like
know people.
you gotta know people. No, you just gotta know
sounded
someone
like-
who knows where to go to get the passes. That's it. It's
Chance
not.
knows everyone.
Oh, okay.
No, I actually wish I knew more people, but I do know
Bro, you
someone
got a
who can.
PlayStation 5.
That's true.
You know how hard those are to get?
He what?
It's not hard for me.
He did what
You
now?
couldn't get me one? Thanks.
No, they offer me
PlayStation
one.
5.
What is
I knew
PlayStation 5?
It's a video game console.
I've never played a video game.
That's
No
a
idea.
good thing.
I
Is
tried.
it a good thing?
Yeah.
I'm a novelty person. Like if it's exclusive, I gotta figure out how to get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't get me one? I see how it is.
Not from the place I got one. I mean, like, dude, if they show up at Walmart, sure, I'll pick you one up. But nothing I can do now.
I tried getting on one Walmart
He
today.
sounds really hurt.
I'm really hurt.
Ty
His
loves
little
video
feelers
games.
are hurt.
I'm really hurt.
Really?
It's so damn hard to get those.
Again, I'll give you the name of a good therapist. She does stuff over the phone. It's awesome.
I'll talk about my lack of PlayStation.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you would think they would mass produce something like that, but they just don't.
Well, how much do
Novelties.
they charge for this thing? Is
What are
it
they,
like the
500
game?
bucks? What are they, $500?
Yeah, it's. I'm guessing it's a shortage with COVID and everything production wise.
Yeah. You've never heard of Xbox
I've heard of it.
or PlayStation? You've heard of
I've
these
heard of
things.
it. Yeah,
about
I've heard
Wii?
of it.
Huh?
We?
Yes.
I thought you said weed. I was like, I've heard of it. I've heard of it before.
How are we talking about Burning Man and weed is off the table?
I don't know. Ty has a giggle sound.
I'm just saying. Like,
don't
Do
know.
whatever you want. Smoke weed if you want or don't. I don't really care. But like, we're talking about Burning Man. Is weed really a thing that you've heard of only?
I was just
only
really
in legend?
I was confused about how weed related to the video game. I was
Doesn't.
like, do you have to smoke it to do the video game? Like, how does this work?
No, it's
Probably makes it better.
Probably.
spelled WII, not WEED.
Okay, what are the ones that are the like the little goggles that you put on?
VR?
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Virtual reality.
Yes, those look cool. That looks super cool.
Those are hella expensive.
Are they?
Really?
You need you need a really good computer, which I honestly think we have one right here, but they're hella expensive too.
Really? That
Yeah.
looks fun.
Dude, that computer should be able to do anything, right? Based on what you said.
I need to download some games on it and see how good it is.
He needs
Really?
to try it out.
Because the dude at the store when we went and bought that was like, "Yeah, this is the." We had people stop us in the store, like nerds.
Really?
When we were walking out of Best Buy with that store, walking out of. Yeah, we stole from Best Buy. When we were walking out of
sold it.
Best
Is this
Buy
a
with
part
that
of a-
computer. Like when we were walking out of Best Buy with that computer because we needed more computer power to do this
Okay.
stuff. Believe it or not, like a regular computer can't do all this crap.
Okay,
at
so you
once.
got super high tech.
We had to go like super computer.
Okay.
Yeah, and like we got stopped by all these nerds like, "Oh, dude, that computer's sick."
What kind of computer is it? Does it make you a pizza? Like,
I wish.
my goodness.
No,
like,
but it's got this little thing in the back.
I almost went there, but then I caught myself.
I can change the colors on it.
You can change the colors on it.
Yes.
Be a lot cooler and hot pink, just saying.
Yeah, that's probably one of the colors. But anyway, it's for like video games. The computer is.
I need to, I'm going to, maybe I'll go buy a video game thing what is it? Console? Is that what
There
you
you
call
go.
them?
There you go.
Consoles? Yeah, thank
teaching
you.
you.
I am a millennial, I swear. I've got this technology thing. I'm still not used to living with electricity. That's like a really weird thing.
That's a weird thing for someone of your age to say.
Well, I mean, it's true. I'm still not used to it. Like, I mean, I literally wrote papers for school with a kerosene lamp next to me. Like, that it was a very odd
Are
dichotomy.
you from the 1800s?
Well, I kind of used to live like that, actually. I'm super into early American fur trade history. So anything pre-1840, I'm super obsessed with. And like living in a teepee as a kid. And then like I still do primitive camping and primitive horse travel and stuff. So I like not having electricity and stuff. But it is weird now because like I'll walk into my room. I will still forget that I have electricity. And I'll like walk in and be like, oh, I got to go. Oh, light switch.
You have Wi-Fi?
Yes. I am so high tech.
Do you have Netflix? Because there's a show about the fur trade on Netflix that you'd probably get a kick out of.
Frontier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Jason Momoa, he's the man.
Want to see something cool after this?
Yes.
I'll show you.
Oh, I already know what this is. This is a bit ego-ish.
A little bit.
A bit ego-ish. I'm like, I
Very
love
much
that show.
ego-ish.
No.
You know I can hear that.
Dude.
Huh?
You know I can hear that.
Yeah.
That's super cool. That is cool. Mostly because I like artistic people, and he seems like a super artistic dude that actually gives a damn about the things he believes in. And also, he's so fun to look at.
That's a good looking dude
That's
right
a
there.
good looking dude. Like, that is like,
But he's
all that is
also
man.
much more Hollywood than you actually would expect.
really.
Yeah.
I just like
he would seem like the guy who goes out and like does everything for himself, but he has managers who do everything
think
too.
you-
Yeah,
I think you
just
have
have
to.
to. and
I think,
think you have
you would
to.
like Nick Offerman. Have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Guy that plays Ron Swanson?
Is that the dude that says that like he's the bacon lover?
Yes.
Yes. Somebody has. Yes.
Yeah,
That's my dad.
He has like a whole book on wood carving.
That's kind of weird.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
I wouldn't expect. Actually, you know what? I would expect that based on his character in that show.
Yeah.
I haven't-
I haven't seen
he's
that. I
watched
haven't
it.
seen the show, but I've seen the memes.
Nick Offerman is kind of like his character.
Yeah.
I got okay. So like I don't watch TV shows a lot of the time. I struggle with the TV show thing. Like I can't like to relax. I have to read. I like watching movies that I've already seen because then I know there's not going to be something like bad in them that is gonna or they're not going to depress me or make me sad. Like I like watching things that I'm familiar with, and I started what is it the Jack Ryan TV show on Prime.
I don't know what that is.
It's
I do.
it's
John
amazing.
Krasinski's in it.
Yes, that dude is awesome, and I watched the first and second season, and now I have to wait until 2022 when they start filming, and I actually understand what that feeling of being like needing a TV show is now. Can you please finish making these for me?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of shows, but there's a few that I've liked over time.
I don't know.
You taking
I
pictures?
struggle.
Shit.
You tell me to take pictures, and now I'm taking the pictures.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't ready for said pictures. I'm sorry.
He's like, I wasn't ready. Sorry.
Well, act like I'm not taking the pictures.
yeah, you caught me off guard because usually I have to remind you to do it.
Oh,
I'm
really?
seeing him now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll frown at you so it looks like you're asking me a really hard question.
Yeah. Like you're mad at me?
Yeah. See, I'm intimidating and scary.
He caught me.
Cranky.
Yeah.
Super cranky.
It's the shoulder floof and the blonde hair.
This is
You picked an intimidating outfit, that's all I'm saying.
fear the frill. Fear the frill.
The fringe.
No, there's no fringe. It's just frill.
Maybe I don't know what fringe is.
Yeah, fringe is like the fringe on chinks. Like that's
This is
fringe.
fringe.
Yeah, that's fringe. This is frill.
Oh. Maybe I
Frilly.
do know what fringe is. I
Yeah.
just didn't know it was fringe.
Yeah. Oh my god. Terrible.
Wait, so like do you sell the book and
Yeah.
it does really well?
It does incredibly well, actually,
Really?
which is really weird. And I self-published it, and I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. And I'm halfway through finishing the second one, and it like grew and grew and got bigger and bigger. And
You sell it on Amazon or where do you sell it?
no, on my website. I couldn't handle Amazon. It was too much.
Is it because they pull people off of their servers?
No, it was just because it was so much to deal with. I just didn't like having to.
Oh, so you tried it.
Yeah, I tried it and I just didn't like it. And then some people take it and sell it on Amazon, and that's fine. I don't mind, but I just sell it off of the website, and it does. And we do store updates because I can't handle a ton. Like, it sounds so lame, but it's back to that mental health thing again. Like,
So you have somebody who handles it, obviously.
I have help. I have help, but I'm really involved in it because I'm a control freak now.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a lot of things.
I am a lot of things. I'm a very aggressive coffee drinker. If that could be my work title, I would embrace that wholeheartedly.
Surprisingly aggressive considering the time of day.
I know.
I'm putting that in the description. Aggressive coffee drinker.
I am. It's terrible. I don't know what I am. I'm weird. I'm very weird.
Yeah, me too. Super weird.
I
love weird people.
I do too. And I really
I like people who are openly weird, though. I don't like to have to discover your weirdness over a long-term relationship.
Really?
Man, I don't.
You don't like having to put in the work to draw out the weirdness.
No, because I think you should just be weird if you're weird.
Just be who you are.
Yeah, I don't want to figure it out.
Okay, but I'm sorry. That sounds really simple. Just be who you are. But it's not because I didn't actually know who I was. I still don't know who I am. But like this whole process of figuring out who I am, like that whole deal in the hot springs with the naked dude.
Yeah, you didn't really elaborate on that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I just left you in the hot springs with the naked dude with the piercings. That sounded really awkward. No, so like we were there, we were hanging out, and we had like this great conversation with this dude, and then like we got out of the hot springs, and as we were walking away, another guy came and arrived at the hot springs and was getting in, and I overheard the hippie dude tell the guy, "Yeah, that girl," and then the bigger girl. And I know that this sounds super, super shallow. Like I was talking to a gal at one point and she was like, wow, so you're like really basic. Like that really upset you. It's like, yeah, it freaking upset me. Like you
were the bigger girl?
Yes, I was the bigger girl.
Why would that not upset you?
It really pissed me off. Not because he said it, but because I realized that he was right and I was a mediocre human and I was just skating by in life and everything. Relationships with my family, relationships with men, you know, how I was treating my body, what I wanted in life, what my goals were. Like every facet of my life was mediocre at that point. And I like went home and was like, I gotta change. Like,
so you cut all the dead weight, literally and figuratively.
I broke up with said person, cut off all my hair, bought a ticket back to Scotland, canceled all my shows for the year, for the rest of the year, got on the plane and went back to where I was raised in St. Andrews and just hung out for a few weeks and wrote and drank scotch and was like, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to go back to school? I loved what I studied in school. Did I want to do something more with that? No. Did I want to like not do music anymore? I kind of thought about it. Like the album had come out earlier and it was a independent album with songs about trying to kill your abuser. Literally. Like that's what Desert Dwelling Mama, that's what my last album is basically about. Like there's 2 songs on there that it's like people are like, oh, I love that song. And in my head, I'm like, thanks. It's about trying to kill your rapist and not succeeding. And it did this great thing on the Billboard music charts and it did this great thing on the iTunes charts. And I had no way to harness any of that because I didn't have management. I didn't know what I was doing. And I wasn't.
You didn't get approached by Nashville and all that crap?
I did.
Yeah, and you turned them down.
Here's what's crazy is I was approached by managers and record labels and this, that, and the other thing. And it just never felt right. And I'm a control freak. Again, I don't want to be told what I can and can't do. And it was all going to be, this is going to be your life. And above all, for me, as a survivor, control is huge. I have to like when I go places, I like having my truck because I like knowing that I can get away. Like I like being in control because I know what it feels like to be completely out of control and have somebody else controlling my life. So like even in business, like I want to be able to have it all together. And that really worried me, handing over like that power. And now I'm really thankful that I didn't do it because now amazing things have started happening this year that I wasn't expecting that are 10 times better than what I ever could have imagined. And I'm not tied up with something else. Like I don't have to break ties or break a contract or something to go do that. But, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just went to Scotland and like soul searched for a while. And then I came back and was like, okay, cool. Let's like become a better human. This will be fun. It'll be like boot camp for life. It was great. It was awesome. It's a lot of. It's like, okay, you're doing a lot of therapy. Let's add more onto that.
Why not?
It was awesome. It's so fun to wake up every day and be like, I have the opportunity to be a superhuman if I just
choose to.
If I choose to. And if I wake up every day and I go, you know what? You can hate me. You can judge what I'm doing, even if you don't know what I'm doing. But like, there is nothing that you can do to me that isn't worse than what's already happened to me. And I have two options in life. I can be really upset that those things happened to me and I didn't have any control over them. And I can be, you know, a shell of a human and just kind of retreat. Or I can go, you know what? Yeah, that happened to me. I didn't have control over that, but I have control over what I do now. I have control over what I am now and what I can change in the world because of that. Like, I have an opportunity to leave the world a better place. So to do that, you have to be the best version of yourself that you could be. Just like want to wake up every day and work towards that.
It's hard. Most people don't get it or ever even attempt it.
I probably won't succeed. I don't think, I guess, like that it's possible to be the ultimate human.
No, because you keep setting benchmarks that are higher
Exactly.
and higher and higher. And I think that's the only way to achieve anything is to never actually achieve what you want to achieve.
Just
So,
keep.
But you also have to do exactly what you want to do. Or
Yes.
You're going to be miserable.
Not for anybody else, which I did for years.
So,
It's not fun.
yeah. If you want to do whatever it is you want to do it.
Yeah.
Do what I want to do. You should do what you want to do. Ty should do what he wants to do.
Ty should definitely do what Ty wants to do, even with like pink drinks and bunnies. And
You should
know.
literally be your authentic self. And I know I tell you that in private, like, dude, these are just jokes, but be you.
It's really hard to do though.
I'm just gonna say I enjoy my drinks.
I know, and you say it all the time. And I'm like, I'm happy you do, but I enjoy making fun of them. So we both do what we want to do.
both do what you want to do.
Imagine having a strawberry watermelon drink.
I don't have to imagine it. I can see you doing it.
Well, you won't know how great it tastes until you try it.
Imagine just drinking vodka with water.
It sounds boring.
That sounds terrible.
It
Really?
does.
Yeah.
See, I drink my bourbon with water too.
Really?
Yeah, if it's not straight bourbon, I put some water in it. It's how you make sure you don't
See,
get a hangover the
I
next
like
day. You stay
flavor.
hydrated.
Oh.
The trick.
There's a reason I got fucked up there because I was drinking sweet drinks,
Really?
but I enjoyed myself.
And there's a reason I didn't, even though I drank twice as much as you.
Ooh.
Are you sure they drink twice as much as me? Because I drink a lot.
That whole trying to.
In alcohol volume,
Did you
drink a
change
lot.
drinks though?
you drank a lot of drinks, but I was
I- so
drinking
Were
straight
they different?
whiskey.
I kept changing drinks.
Yeah,
That
that's
also
where
fucked me up, too.
you get into trouble.
No, I
is
never
when
do
you
that.
switch. No, you have to stay. Apparently,
Unless you switch, like if you drink a little beer and then you do some whiskey, you're all right.
I don't know. I don't drink beer anymore. I used to
No,
drink.
beer's
a ton.
nasty, but I only drink it like if
like
there's
it.
nothing else around. During the NFR though, when we were doing those live shows from the NFR, I drank beer every single night.
Did you
did.
really?
Lots of beer.
You did.
I wanted so badly to go, and I had so many friends that were doing cool things that I wanted to go do. And then this whole stalker thing, I was like, I know that dude's gonna it's
Hey.
gonna be a problem. So
What's up with that?
super creepy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's
It's
super
really
creepy.
scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Instagram originated on Instagram, of course.
saw him a couple times at the beginning of
Social
COVID. And
On Instagram or in person?
No, in person.
Oh, Jesus.
Saw him and then was like, yeah, not interested.
Where's
and
this some bitch from?
Texas.
No way.
Yeah, it's it was super creepy, and I was like, yeah, not interested. And then like he didn't go away, and then now he started like contacting businesses that I've worked with and friends of mine, and like being like, oh yeah, we dated. I'm like, well, I hate to say this, but like, no, we didn't date. I'm pretty upfront about that sort of thing. Like, if I date you, you'll know it. I'll probably tell you that we're dating. Like, but if
I was gonna say, yeah,
like, no, we were not dating. Yeah, and it's gotten really creepy. I've called the cops like 4 times at this point, and now I'm doing a court order, protective order, which is a little freaky.
that's really freaky.
Yeah, it's kind of unnerving.
Yeah, my sister went through a very similar thing.
And it's weird because sometimes I feel a little like, am I being too, like sometimes you catch yourself and you're like, am I being too scared? And it's like, oh wait.
No, fuck
no,
no.
you're
Jesus
being
Christ.
proper right now.
Your like physical safety is kind of the utmost of importance.
It's the girls who let their guard down and think that they get
Yes.
freaking killed in
Like
a
get
damn
killed in the parking
ditch.
lot.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And people, that is one thing I have to say. Moving to Texas has been amazing. Like the deputy that came out the last time.
Ico Police Department's awesome.
They are like, shout out to those guys. They are freaking amazing. The deputy that came out and he stayed and talked to me, and I was upset. Like,
I feel like I might know his name. There's not very many.
he was very cool. He spent an hour just walking me through like legal stuff, what I needed to do. And then he was like, okay, so, you own a gun, right? It's like, yeah. It's like, and then he walked me through like protecting myself and that's legal. And like, basically like if this dude tries to come through your door, shoot him. And it was like, oh my gosh, you're a cop. Did you just say that? And he's like, yes, this is Texas. And
Yeah,
also,
do you want to be
Castle Doctor,
freaking
baby.
freaking gutted in a bathtub? Of course
No.
you shoot him.
Yeah, but that's something like that. And they didn't question it. That was the thing as well. He didn't make me feel guilty or like I was overreacting. And that's a huge thing. Like I always, that's a thing.
Those small town police departments in Texas are really underrated.
They're amazing. Yeah, they've been incredible. It takes them a little while to get to my house, and like I feel very safe with them knowing my situation now. Yeah, they're really cool. They helped a lot. It's a little weird though.
Yeah, it's super weird.
I don't like feeling on, because I'm always on. I'm going, okay, is he going to show up at this thing? Is he going to show up at that thing? Am I in danger? Am I like, is he in my house when I get home? Like,
Yeah,
creepy.
very creepy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more when we wrap up.
I don't like being scared.
'Cause what if he's listening?
He probably will.
Yeah,
It's a thing. It seems to be a thing.
he's gonna come after me next.
Oh no. Let me go lock the door.
Good luck.
Is he a very large man?
Actually, yes.
It's all right.
I think you're good.
I'll be fine.
I think you'll be okay.
You're not as good looking as her. Sorry, Chance.
No, definitely not.
What are you talking about? This man is.
This is good. This episode is great for me. This episode is perfect for me. Let's stop it right here.
He's all happy with himself.
Thank you. I needed that today. It's one of those
There's a
really rough
boost.
days.
Really?
Yeah, I needed that
You
compliment.
need a hug.
Yeah, I needed
Dear
that one.
Cowgirl.
We need a therapist too.
Oh,
I haven't tried a therapist before.
you've never gone to therapy?
No, and I probably need it. I'm a mess.
I'll just say it, like I hate it. I hate it so much, and I constantly tell my family like I drug them in to therapy and was like, I have to be able to tell you things, and like you have to hear them because I'm so effed up. Like I am such a screwed up person, and you're going through such intense therapy when you're dealing with like trauma therapy, when you're dealing with like violence and struggling with PTSD and things like that. Like you're a screwed up person, and things like your memory and your emotions and things like that. Like you're a weird person to be around. And like, I don't remember huge blocks of like life during that initial, like going into therapy. And so it's like, okay, I'm not crazy. I swear. Like I'm trying to be a better human so that I'm like healed so that I can be a good, like sister, daughter, partner. Like I'm trying to be a good human here, but you got to like hear it from my therapist that I'm not nuts. Like it's hard. Therapy is hard.
It is.
But it's worth it. And it sounds, people don't like to say it. And like, I think it's incredible though, because like, I don't want to be a screwed up human.
Me neither. And I think that's the perfect place to end the episode.
Our two-parter is running low on batteries.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Well, so that'll lead me into go to our sponsors, www.therapy.com. They're not our sponsors.
Is that even a website?
People are going to go to it now. You should probably
is.
find it.
It is a website. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We had a physical therapist ask if they could sponsor us, and then we told them, like, yeah, it'll be this much. And they're like, nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are your sponsors?
I mean, they get read before, but we've got,
WCRA
yeah,
and Bill Fickford.
and Train Shot.
Train Shot.
Train shot.
Yeah, it's the shooting thing.
Sweet.
We've had a lot of sponsors.
Really?
But yeah, those are the big ones. Or
That's
the main
awesome.
ones that stick around. Anyway,
Anyway.
we'll wrap it up right there. We'll keep talking, but you people can't hear about it. This has been The Gauge, hosted by me, Chance Conrado, produced and edited by our guy Ty Yeager. Shout out to the executive producers Dustin Pointer and Cody Denton. Marketing and content produced by Riley Chone. Our theme song is by Shay Ashshire and the Night Howlers. Make sure to rate and review this podcast as well as follow The Gauge on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to The Gauge wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you guys next time.